Okay, so basically, when me and my friends were in high school, my friends and I used to play this game called Hands. I don't know where the name came from. I don't know like how the game got started, like what the history is of the game. I don't know what even the real actual goal of the game was. Okay. It's like a persisting game. It's a game that you play every day with your friends. It's not like a game that you just play once or twice or whenever you feel like it. It's you're in until you're out. And that's what made this game so interesting. So basically there's like a few basic rules. So the first rule of Hands is that you need some hands. Preferably human hands, dog paws. It doesn't quite cut it. Sasquatch paw, maybe. Rule one is actually you need to lock into the game. So a person that's already played will lock you in basically by what is essentially a pinky swear. But once you're in, you're in. Now game's on. It's persistent. So how this works is if you ever, anytime you make a mistake, anytime that you mess up, it's just something, some kind of fail, the other players in the game can call hands on you. Then basically you get your hand slapped by the player in the game. Soft slap, a hard slap, it's a slap. All right, now there is a way to block. And so to block, you basically you have to call no hands. And you have to do this before people call hands on you. And it's pretty much for everything. I guess the win is, you not getting your hand slapped. And it just goes on until you leave the game. All right, so basically, if you want to leave the game, you have to get locked out of the game. And depending on who you locked in with, there's some rules like people you play with, like you only lock out with the person that you lock in with. That's the only time you can lock out. But typically, you gotta get locked out by the player of the game. So the same way you locked in, you do like a pinky swear or like a thumb lock. And you're out. Like you're out of the game. So now, one thing about the game of Hands is that not everybody wants to play by the rules. So one thing about Hands also is that if you get hands called on you and you don't give hands, you pull it back or you just refuse. Then you are entitled 2 slaps on the wrist. With that, you got the people that want to slap extremely hard. I played it for a while and it used to get crazy. For a game with rules, it really plays out a lot of times like it has no rules at all. It's one of those like paradoxical type games. It's weird. You constantly have to be aware of who's around, if they're players of the game or not, and what you're doing and saying. I don't know why we play this game, but you keep you on your toes. It kept me sharp because I always try to make sure that I wasn't making a mistake all the time. Our pronunciation was stellar. And I didn't make mistakes, That's why I call it a game of perfection. Because there was like this really kind of stupid aspect to it, but I feel like there was something useful gained from it. Since it was a real life dynamic because it was a persistent game. It was interesting.